Hey everybody, Chris here. So what's the next move for Dogecoin? We're going to look at that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And we've been watching the markets react to all of the Trump tariff news. We have the S&P 500, Dow Jones, NASDAQ all dropping. But actually on Friday, Bitcoin and Dogecoin held out pretty well. So what does this mean for the future? Let's take a look at it. Let me show you the charts in the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart. And we're right around 17 cents, still holding very well. We're zoomed out on the daily so we can see how the price has gone over the past month. And for the past 4 weeks, Dogecoin has been relatively steady. Now, we had a bit of a gain that was going here at the end of March. And then, of course, Trump tariff news pounded that back down so that upward momentum could not continue. But overall, for the past 4 weeks, Dogecoin is pretty stable, despite even having the dreaded death cross. That's right, we did have a death cross just about 4 weeks ago on Dogecoin. But Dogecoin is steady. It didn't drop. It didn't drop. And of course, Bitcoin's is tomorrow, April 6th. As predicted, on Sunday, we are going to have the Bitcoin death cross. Looks like it is going to happen tomorrow, which doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything going forward. It's an indicator of what has already happened in the past, not what is going to happen in the future. Bitcoin, of course, over the past 4 weeks has also been stable. And we see with the Dogecoin Bitcoin trading pair then, stability as well. Stability as well. Dogecoin is trading right with Bitcoin, except for the little run here late in March, and then Doge coming back down, stayed the same. Dogecoin versus Bitcoin. So overall, Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, Doge stay relatively unharmed despite China's reciprocal tariffs. Actually, they were retaliatory tariffs, not reciprocal. We were talking about that during the live stream on Friday. Join me on my next one on Sunday. That's right, Sunday late afternoon will be my next live stream. Make sure that you're subscribed. You've got your notifications on so you can join in on the next live stream. So overall, JP Morgan predicts a 2025 U.S. recession. That's probably why Zach is buy bonds, right? Bonds. You know what? JP Morgan actually predicted a recession last year and the year before, and it still hasn't happened. Just because all of this turmoil going on right now with fears, right? Fears of inflation, right? Fears of what's going to happen with prices because of these tariffs and all of that. You get all these alarm bells ringing. That doesn't mean that that is what is going to happen. So, yeah. And of course, US Bitcoin spot ETF experiences significant outflow. This is why I'm not a fan of the ETFs for Dogecoin, because weak hands with these ETFs. So $64 million sold out of the Bitcoin spot ETFs on Friday because paper hands on those ETFs, right? Just buy the real thing. That's why I'm kind of against the Dogecoin ETF. Just buy Dogecoin. You don't need the ETFs. 300 days worth of gains wiped out in 40 days. The S&P 500, a significant drop. All fear, right? This is all fear of what might happen, not what is actually going to happen again. But yeah, this goes all the way back to 2024, around, this is right around the May timeframe when we started to get a significant move up in the S&P 500. And over the past month, little over a month, all of that gain has been wiped out. But overall, with stocks dumping, gold, even gold dumping, it was all up near all-time highs, but gold also going down. But here's what Bitcoin did. Comparison to those over the past day and a half. And that is even despite all of those ETFs selling, there has been buying of Bitcoin as well to level that out, which is kind of interesting. You get all those outflows of the ETFs, Bitcoin holding very well. Bitcoin is aiming at this juicy level despite the death cross. We got the big death cross coming, right? Oh no, death cross. But again, we just look at these patterns happening again and again. There's always fear, right? Dump the market. Dump Bitcoin. Bitcoin trades up. Another dump for something else. Bitcoin trades up. Another dump for something else. Bitcoin trades up. And then here's another dump. And what's going to happen next? Bitcoin's going to trade up. That's how Bitcoin goes. Ali is looking at $150,000 Bitcoin. Just need to overcome these short-term resistance levels. And then we move higher. Yes, we're going to have the little death cross probably tomorrow. Get that behind us, right? FUD. You're going to hear all about, oh, death cross, death cross. It doesn't matter. It's going to move forward. So what about Doge? Actually, zoomed in a little closer, it looks like it's a downward channel, but actually you zoom out and it's not a downward channel. It's sideways. It's sideways for 4 weeks now. Little run up, little retrace back, but it's sideways. So what's Doge going to do in this sideways pattern here? Zoomed out, Trader Allen is like, look, yes, we did have November, December, we had the 42 to 48 cent Doge. We've been in that downward trend since those highs. But this happens before. We saw this. We saw this happen before. From early last year, we had a downward triangle. We kind of went through some capitulation back and forth. We're in a very similar pattern to where we were near the end of last summer, and then Doge took off. Now, we know this was behind the whole Trump president's election with Elon Musk and the Doge, and we thought, oh, that's going to be great, and it turns out to be not so great. But that's how Doge trades, and what's going to cause this move? What kind of move is this going to be, and when is this going to happen? I think it's going to happen a little further out. It's not going to be so close. I mean, Allen has this thing going up in June, and I think it's going to be the fall. So I think we're going to be kind of pounding around and chopping throughout the summer. We might have a little move in later in April and into May, but we got to get these headwinds out of the way. And we could see that. We already see negotiations going on between other countries and the United States in response to the Trump tariffs. Vietnam is like, hey, let's just get rid of all of our tariffs because we want the labor to make the shoes, right? So Nike can get its shoes, right, without having these big tariffs put on them. And that's going to happen again and again. That's what we said. This is more of a negotiating ploy from Trump. There will be some that will have tariffs on, which will help the United States Treasury collecting tariffs. And then we've got Dogecoin open interest. Now, the open interest does not mean the Doge price is going to go down. It just means that those that are trading with leverage are sitting this out a little bit. That's all this means. It's not at risk of suffering a further crash, right? It means those traders are not trading with leverage right now. There's too much risk in the market for trading with leverage. Don't know which way the price is going to go from here. That's the uncertainty. That means traders are currently on the sidelines, right? Opting against trading or investing in Doge. But that doesn't mean that could cause further decline in Doge's price. That just means with the uncertainty of how the market is going to go, the leverage trading is not happening right now because there is no indication Doge is going to be rocketing up anytime soon. And the shorters, there is some short interest happening, betting on Doge price to go down, but right now it's just kind of trading up and down is what it's happening. And so that's keeping that open interest on the sidelines. So what's the next move? Well, we look at Genesis from Google AI, right? Predicting the future price of Doge is inherently speculative. Some analysts suggest a potential range between 13 cents and 33 cents by the end of 2025. Well, there are some analysts that do predict higher than 33 cents by the end of the year, Chris Pax being one of them. But potential for growth in subsequent years through market conditions, adoption rates, that will play a crucial role. So Binance, let's just look at the high numbers for these Binance predictions: 33 cents, 65 cents, $1.20, $1.80, $2.50, $3. Slow and steady growth, right? That's easy for an AI to predict. It's not going to happen this way. We're going to see ups and we're going to see downs because we do have, these cycles in the market. It's not just going to be slow and steady up. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But next week, we do have some big news. House of Doge, they posted on Friday night, we are looking so forward to next week. They got a British flag here. Meetings. And we think some very amazing news midweek. We think some very amazing news midweek. Doge. So the House of Doge, still setting up house, I say. Meetings in the UK. While we're looking for amazing news for next week, is this what's coming? So this is what immediately we're looking for. So we will wait to see what that is. Meanwhile, 17-cent Dogecoin. This is where we are for the weekend. We kind of thought this was going to happen, right? It's going to settle out, take things slow. Bitcoin is at like 83.4 right now. Not much going to happen this weekend. So, but join in on Sunday. We'll take a look at the week ahead. Have a little fun as well, because right now, look, crypto is holding up pretty well. We're not seeing these huge drops in crypto like we saw with the stock market, which is kind of an interesting thing. It's the correlation between stocks and crypto have separated this week. The fear of tariffs are just not, we have some sort of immediate drops, right, in low time frames, but it trades right back up and recovers. People are buying the dips on crypto. Let me know what you think. What do you think about Dogecoin and what the next move is? Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.